Okay. Right, well, there's somebody here in my little tin hut tiny house, and they are...
My name is Paolo. I ride a Kawasaki. I'm from Slovakia originally, but I live in Sydney.
Woohoo! And?
I'm Kelly. I live in Sydney too, and I just ride a Honda 250.
And what are you doing here?
I'm here because I'm a final year journalism student, and I am filming Claire's Mouse House van. Chocolate, turmeric, ginger and almond. It's actually delicious.
Anyway, I just thought I'd introduce you to this couple because it's way too windy for us to be outside today, and so we're just having a cuppa. Good morning. The wind has finally dropped. Can you hear that? Nothing. Oh my gosh, that is so good. So, because it's such a perfect day for doing things out of the wind, as soon as I've had this cup of tea, I'm going to head out and I'm going to put a bit of windproofing at the end of the veranda and repot the kumquat. I bought a new pot for that and put it on the veranda because it's struggling in that super duper wind. And at $53 a tree, honestly, I got to look after it. So cheers. I'll be back with you shortly and show you what I've done. So, leaving the bed unmade and the dishes undone, I'm going to have a look at the seedlings. So good growing seeds inside like this. It's a lovely thing to do in the morning, to have a look and see what has shot up a bit overnight and what's doing okay. Anyway, I'm going to have a quick look around outside with you while it's not so windy and then get to work. Morning, Mouse House. So I've put some ash around the silver beet and things this morning, so I really need to get a watering can and water that. So I moved the grapes from there to over there, and while I was digging in there I found these couple of things. A really old padlock, and I don't know what this is. I really don't, but it's metal. So I found those two things while digging one hole over there. Hello, Daisy Donkey! Oh, Daisy Donkey! Nah, Daisy Donkey's not going to talk to me. Anyway, here's the poor little quince, wind blown, but surviving. Well done, little quince. Oh, you poor little thing. Hang in there. Come on, hang in there. You'll be right. Yes, the tomatoes are still in there and they are looking unaffected. And quickly I put this at the end, this pallet, yesterday. Dragged it against the wind before the young couple came, which they would have helped me, I'm sure. But this is going to keep a little bit of wind off the end there. So a quick look around, because that's what we do. Look at the length of this grass here now, you know, on this horrible bit of soil. So this is the barley. So I can mow this soon, but I just didn't want to mow it while it was super windy because it would just blow it away. Probably better to do it when it's about to rain, I think. Alright, quick wander because I really do have to get to work and before the wind picks up again. So the fig's doing really well. Oh dear, these poor little gooseberries are not looking so good, although there is a shoot on this one, look. There is a shoot on this gooseberry. I put some mulch on this, what I call the dam wall area, to protect a couple of little clumps of the beneficial bug mix that I put in here. So there's 3 clumps are there, and they didn't frost, which was nice. And there's some sunflowers growing down in here. I don't know if you can see that. See? There's a lot of little sunflowers, so that will be lovely. and found a dear little bottle in there the other day. So while it's empty, you know, while I've got friends in here, I should get a little pick and we can go play, see what we can find before it's got water in it. And this area here with the potatoes, the spuds, they all seem to be alive and growing. So this, even though it was freezing and windy, we're doing all right. So a quick look at the orchard. Oh my gosh, it's cold. Brr. Lemon tree, lemon stick, and the kumquat that I'm going to pot today and have on the veranda. I protected it with these wind guards, but it's a bit small actually for the tree, so I'm sure it will enjoy being released. This is the cherry. Look at all the flowers on the cherry. This was a stick in the ground for an entire year. So I'm going to get cherries. I'm going to have cherries. Look at that. So I mix this stuff in when I plant things, and I think it helps to give things a go. So there you have it, a quick whip round. Oh look, actually, haven't seen this one before. This is the double graft that we looked at once before, and it actually now has growth showing on both of the grafts. Alright, that's looking good. Cherry. This is another cherry, and it's looking fine. It's looking very healthy. I don't know where flowers or fruit may come from on this cherry, but we'll see. But the leaves are looking good anyway. Oh, and another one. Oh dear. So yeah, hopefully I'll have that up shortly, and that will be nice. It will give me a nice spot to sit there out of the wind. My swing, I really like my swing, but I don't like this rope. This is a nylon rope, and your hands slip on it. So the swing may come down and be renewed sometime. I digress, but the pears. Look, this is the little French red one. Looking good. So obviously, you know, having tied up against the wind like this, it has got roots. This is a little seedling pear. So I planted my pears in pairs. So this is the Vieux Bosque, and it has growth as well. So that'll burst into flower hopefully, and there's its little companion. And here's the other one. This is another a red sensation, this one. So it's also doing well. Look at my hands, look at the cuts, and oh my gosh. These are working hands, look at them. Anyway, gloves on later. I've got this little compost tumbler that I bought for $10 at a garage sale, so that's kind of handy for stuff that doesn't go everywhere else. This is a couple of pumpkins that I covered from the frost, but I think I covered them a day too late, unfortunately. The boysenberry, well, that's fine. It doesn't mind a bit of cold. Hi, Shauna. The kale's about to go into flower, so I will keep at least, you know, one plant to save the seed, and there'll be plenty on here. So all winter I had kale and parsley and spring onions and things, and now there's loads and loads of lettuces that I just sprinkled seed. So dear old tree that's well over 100 years old. Look at that old gnarly thing. I'm very happy about that. Right, off I go, back to work. Enough dalliance. Oh my gosh, it's really cold, and it could be time for just one more cup of tea. Oh. gosh, it was cold out there. See you a bit later. Bye. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. The bed is still not made, and I've just had a strawberry for my lunch. But I put this up, so now the wind is not howling through here. Mind you, there's no wind. Haha, typical, but there was when I put it up. So I have that up. I've potted the kumquat. I've put the seedlings out for a little while for a bit of sunshine. So what else have I done? I have mowed around the fruit trees because the grass was getting a bit long, and looks lovely. And I've mowed the bit that had the barley on it, and now it almost looks okay, doesn't it? Fancy that. To hang my little jug on, and my little quarter cup so I can measure out the bacterial brew. So it's I do one of those little cups of the brew to a bucket or a watering can. So that was just delivered, a ton of wood. And if you don't stack it nicely like this, you do run the risk of avalanches. You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll actually go and have a cup of tea, because that's what I really fancy, is a cup of tea. See you later. Take care. Bye. Good morning. Well, I sound exhausted, because I am actually. I came back from my brother's place yesterday after going to see if my old computer would work and I could use an old program and upload to YouTube, blah blah. Anyway, I came home with so much stuff. Honestly, look at this lot. Where do I put it? That blanket box. It's too big. Living tiny. Well, living tiny, you gotta do tiny. Okay, cup of tea time.